Hare Krishna. Time makes the imperishable inaccessible. The power of time is astounding. Time can make erect people bent, time can make smooth faces creased with lines, time can make a tree with flowers completely drained of leaves and flowers. Time can make a living healthy person an inactive corpse. Now, this is just the effect of time at the level of the body which we can see. But time also has a degrading effect at the level of consciousness. Just as when we resolve to do something, our intentions at that time are very strong. But as we keep persevering, as we keep doing the things, gradually time erodes our determination. And that's how when people make resolutions, at the start the resolutions are strong, but over a period of time, the resolution to stick to the resolution goes down. And then they just quit. So similarly, Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita that the knowledge that comes from a transcendental source, that also gets lost because of the power of time. In the 4th chapter, Krishna says in 4.1 how he gives knowledge and creates a system for giving knowledge in material existence. So in 4.1 he states, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan hamavyayam vivasvan manave praha manurikshvakave bravit. He says, I give this knowledge to Vivasvan, the sun god. And from there knowledge came down. Vivasvan gave it to son Manu. Manu gave it to Ikshvaku. That's how it's come down, Krishna says, since time immemorial. And then he says, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarishayo viduhu. The saintly kings knew this in this way through parampara. But then he says, Sakale neha mahata yogo nashtaha parantapa. By the fearsome, formidable power of time, Kalena mahata yogo nashtaha parantapa. That knowledge of yoga gets lost. So nashtaha. Now actually this knowledge is not just stored in books which can be burnt or withered. This knowledge is subtle. It's the parampara is a link of the hearts. And for that knowledge to stay alive and active, what is required is people's hearts get linked. So for the knowledge to stay alive, the circumstances in the material world will constantly keep changing. Say 100 years ago, the circumstances were different from what they are today. And 200 years ago, the circumstances were different from what they were 100 years ago. So as times keep changing, then we also need to adapt. So actually, this knowledge can become, for the knowledge to stay relevant, for the knowledge to stay potent, there are two aspects to it. It needs to be connected with the tradition, with the past, and it also needs to be connected with the present, with the contemporary situation. When both of them are there, then what happens is, we actually move forward in our life. We move forward in our life, and the knowledge that is connected to the tradition keeps us rooted in the tradition. The knowledge that is connected to the contemporary ethos, contemporary mind, that makes the knowledge intelligible to the people. And the deviation which can make the knowledge inaccessible can come from both extremes. If there is extreme liberalism, then the knowledge, in attempting to make it too appealing to the contemporary audiences, it gets uprooted, it gets disconnected from its roots. On the other hand, if there is extreme conservatism, then in order to stay rooted with the tradition, the knowledge gets disconnected from the contemporary ethos. So there has to be a balance. So deviation can come from the contemporary world, but deviation can come from the tradition also. If one doesn't understand that certain things do need to be adapted according to time, place, circumstance. So therefore, it requires very dedicated, devoted and dexterous seekers who eventually become seers, who become the exponents of the tradition, and they dance the delicate balance. They find the delicate balance between staying, having fidelity to the tradition and flexibility to the contemporary thoughts. When this is done intelligently, generation after generation, then that which is imperishable remains accessible generation after generation. Thank you. Hare Krishna.